Buckle up, buttercups. It's mission statement day. Time to share my mission. What the bombdiggity.com am I even doing? Medieval torture device. I don't think I should start with that. Very consistent. Get that spider bite. Can't forget the neck, so that people don't think you're faking. If people think you're faking, they'll look straight at your neck and see if it's blended correctly. Ah. Oh, it went in the toilet. Here we go. So far, it's been a very smooth success. Okay, not bad. Oh man. That was a mistake. Wiped sort of right out, wasn't it? Black on a white ceramic, not great, but not bad. Spritz a little bleach onto here. Oh, watch the coffee. That's not the type of morning I would want. Good morning, good morning. Well, afternoon, or maybe even evening. Happy Monday. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. For anybody stumbling onto this page, hello. My name is Hope Davis. My mission. I mean, first and foremost, I'm like, you need to recycle. How have we not started a better recycling system? How is that not a thing? How are we still in a phase where we're purging plastic production? I'm gonna dedicate my life, my mission, to a couple of really key words. For me, one of the most important things that we can do as people, especially right now, especially since everybody is so terrified to show who they really are, is the word vulnerable. I'm obsessed with that word. I think about that word all the time. I think about how I can be more vulnerable. I think about what vulnerability means. I think about the reputation of vulnerability a lot and how being vulnerable has been seen. It's associated more with a feeling of being weak or being somebody who gets easily caught up in trouble or adversity. But what I really have noticed with vulnerability, especially practicing it, actively practicing it and sharing my spirit with your spirit and my vulnerabilities with yours, is that it actually builds you up, gives you a lot of strength, gives you confidence, gives you the ability to know yourself better than you ever could, because you're allowing yourself to come through. You're allowing and being brave to show people who you are and how you really feel. And I admire that so much in a person. When I see a person being vulnerable, it makes my heart connect with theirs completely. I feel like I can be safe around them. I feel like they're not trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I feel like they're not going to try and manipulate the situation and make me think of them in a specific way. I think it's important on an individual level. I also think it's very important on a community level. Vulnerability in a community reminds us all how much we need each other. We're a herd, man. We're a herd. We're a bunch of cows in a field, straight chilling. Maybe not cows, but I feel like we're kind of like a different animal. Definitely not, maybe sheep. Vulnerability in community shows that the community is growing together instead of everybody in their own private bubble, hoarding their own private things. I believe in my heart of hearts that if we open up a little bit more, practice vulnerability like we practice any other discipline. I believe we can slowly turn around the mentality of mine, not yours. Some people will get turned off by that, thinking that, it's like, oh, it's just a hippie that lives in a van that wants everybody to share their stuff. No. I mean, those are things that I do. But what I really want with the word and the power of vulnerability is to get back on our feet with love for one another, universal love, and start moving forward again with progress in humanity. Because right now we're all stuck in our pods and we're afraid to move forward at all. It's scary being vulnerable because you're opening yourself up to a lot of criticism about people making judgments about who you are. But at a certain point, it's like, how many people are there in the world right now? How many people are alive on the planet right now? And you're just one person with one opinion. If they don't like your opinion, it's okay. Have hurt feelings for a little bit and then be like, that is one person that I probably don't know. And if I do, ouch even more. That has an opinion and they're allowed. They're totally allowed to have an opinion. They're allowed to not like me. Sometimes your sandpaper is not gonna smooth their slab of wood. I didn't mean it like that. My dad is a craftsman. Another huge piece of my mission is traveling and growing a community. It ties in with vulnerability because every time that I travel to a new place, I share myself a little bit more. And it is a connection to a web that I've started at the root of my journey. And it just spreads out, and it's incredible to see the growth of vulnerability. When I get to travel, I have the chance to, every time I meet somebody, pour into them what I can that I feel they need from me at that moment. I love making people feel loved. There's just nothing like feeling loved. Doesn't matter if I've known you for 2 seconds, doesn't matter if I've known you for 20 seconds or 10 years. It doesn't matter. What I want you to know from me is that I love you and that I care for you and I got your back. I suppose the one love thing is a little cliche, but universal vulnerability, that's a little bit of a mouthful. The last thing that I wanted to wrap into my mission, how I want to make a difference, is to encourage very, very minimalist green living. There are so many ways that you can only be a light tippy-toe footprint across moss in the woods as a perfect fairy doing perfect, adorable fairy things like sleeping in flowers, Fantasia. Biggest use of energy that I have on my conscience is flying. I fly a lot. That fuel adds up. If I can, I always drive to a place. Yeah, it'll take me 2 extra days, but I get to see the country. I always get to play music through every town that I go to, which is dope. The Sprinter van that I have is diesel, so it's really fuel efficient, which makes me very happy. I cook as much as I possibly can. I'm really bad at bringing my own containers to the restaurants. It just feels like it's a little embarrassing to pull out of your hippie quilt bag, but you pull out this big honking glass container with a lid and you're like, can you please? We're taught to think, all of that's an inconvenience, like bringing your own mug everybody teaches you to think that that's an inconvenience, when really, honestly, be an inconvenience. If that's gonna reduce products, be an inconvenience. Now I wanna hear from you. I really wanna hear from you. What is your mission? Why do you think you're here? What do you wanna do in this lifetime that catapults you to your best self? You can reach out to me personally. You can put it down in the comments if you feel comfortable. Let's share this. Let's be vulnerable. That's my mission, is to make you feel so safe. You can say what you need to say. Get it off your chest. Get the things you want to be from the inside out so that you can share it with us. That's what it is. That's my mission. That's my mission. We need to be more conscious of who we are. We need to be more conscious about how we're living. Try and be more minimalistic. And I truly think if you don't travel that much, travel. As soon as all of this is over, the pandemic, there's no better time to start now. Change your lifestyle. Do the things that you want to do. If there is a future of pandemics and global crisis, get it in. Thank you so much for checking in. My name is Hope Davis. I am a vulnerable wandering nomad. If you really enjoy these videos, if you like what you're watching, reach out to me. Let's be friends. I want to build a community where we're all feel brave, we feel strong, courageous, and vulnerable. I will see you next Monday.